running for the Kentucky State Representative 4th District. If y'all make your way down to the chair, please. Okay, and we operated on the order that the candidates speak off with a coin toss, and so that's what decided the order of them speaking. And we will begin with Miss Abigail Barnes. Make her welcome, please.
Hi, everybody. Happy Derby Day, by the way. I'm glad to see so many faces here because I'm sure there's a lot of people who will be wanting to watch that race pretty soon. My name is Abigail Barnes, and the first thing I want to do is thank Farm Bureau for putting this together. And I think that it's really important to notice, if you'll see the future of America, sitting over here playing. And I think that that's wonderful. That Farm Bureau put this together as a family event so that people with children could come and feel comfortable and have the kids happy. So thank you very much for that. Again, my name is Abigail Barnes. I don't know how many of you know me. I'd just like to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm from here in Livingston County. I was raised in Burnham. I went to school right here. This gym is the high school that I graduated in. We had the podium right over there. I graduated from Livingston Central. I then went on to get my degree at Murray State University. And then I went to law school at Northern Kentucky University. So what you're looking at here is a product of public education. And I'm extraordinarily proud of that. I was lucky enough to go to school right here with teachers that cared very much about me, and I have 2 young children myself, and I am very, very glad that they will have an opportunity to have a similar experience that I did. And that's one of the reasons why it's very, very important to me to make sure that we support public education, we support our teachers, the people who are providing that. It's a high priority on my list to make sure that our schools get the funding that they need and our teachers get the support that they need, especially in this day and age. One of the things that's been a hot button issue in Frankfort recently is the issue of pensions and the issue of charter schools. One of the things that I personally would be supportive of is keeping our public funding in our public education systems. We don't need to be splitting up our money. We need to focus on keeping our children educated in public schools and support those schools. So I'd like to also give you a little bit of an idea of what I do for a living. I am an attorney, and I have practiced law in a wide gambit of areas. I started my practice of law right here in Smithland when I graduated law school, came right back home. And then I went to practice law in the public defender's office in Paducah, Kentucky. I spent 3 years there. I'm not sure if any of you know what it's like to be a public defender, but it is an honor to be able to stand up next to people and protect their rights. I am I'm just so very proud of the fact that I had that opportunity and I had that ability to be the one person standing next to an individual whose rights need to be protected and to fight for those people. And I'll fight for you just as much as I fought for them. I fought for them for 3 years, and then I went and became a prosecutor in McCracken County. And I focused my prosecution on domestic violence assaults. And in that arena, I also found another way to funnel my passion for standing up for people and giving people a voice. I stood up for victims in that particular situation where men and women who have been assaulted and in a very, very confusing and difficult time in their lives needed somebody to stand up and speak for them. And I was their voice for years in McCracken County, and I would love to put that voice to work for you guys. I thank you very much for your time and listening to me talking today, and I ask for your vote in November. I am Abigail Barnes, and I'm ready to fight for your rights. Thank you very much.
Next, let's welcome Mr. Fred Stubblefield.
Hello everyone, good to see everyone out here this afternoon. I too would like to thank Farm Bureau for putting this on. They have done a good job on several occasions. This is no easy task. I've been involved with some of these before, and it is a job. My name is Fred Stubblefield. I am running for state representative, 4th District here, and I am asking for your vote. On May 22nd, that's going to be a big day when we do need to get over on that. I too, as Abigail, I've been watching our future over here. But I noticed something else too. If you notice over here, guys, all the guys seem like they're the ones in there playing with the popcorn, running the tractors and doing all this. And there's one young lady over here that's got the broom and the little mop, and she's sweeping up after them. I just want these guys to know, don't get used to it, it don't stay that way. But we have got a lot of issues that's going on within the state and everything now. And let me back up. I am from Livingston County. Some of you guys got my brochure. I was born just up the road here. Between Berna and Salem. You guys have noticed that. And the people there I asked them, and they said, yes, you can put a sign up here. So the sign is sitting up on the bank, and on the left-hand side is you're going towards Salem. Got to get out there and weed eat it. I noticed coming down today it's getting kind of high. But that is where my parents were living when I was born. Since then, we moved to Crittenden County, and I have been lived there the rest of my life. I live there now, just outside of 120, out on Highway 654. I got a small farm there, still raise cattle, still love doing that type of thing. I don't guess I'll ever get too old for that. But something else happened about a month ago, guys. I retired. I've been working for 37 years, basically the same company. But I had a job that I thoroughly enjoyed. And that makes it different. When you enjoy a job, it's not really a job anymore if you enjoy going to it and doing these things. And I did. That's the reason I stayed there, I think, that long and had a real good career there. I enjoyed working there. But, so I'm needing a job, guys, too, you know, I'm out now. But there is some things that's really affecting us right now. One of the big things I see is our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is in dire need of a lot of repair. And not just the roads and the bridges. Yes, that's one of the big things, and yes, we do need to repair those things very badly. But there's a lot of other things that goes along with this. You guys have got a great river out here. There's a lot of things that can be used for. You just need to get it to going. That goes all the way on up. It goes all the way up through Crittenden County, where I live. And this is too, what you guys just told me, I don't have these big districts like some of these guys over here do, but it does include Livingston, Crittenden, Caldwell, and a fair chunk of Christian County. And I'm trying to cover it all. And everywhere I go, every place I go, they're in need of infrastructure, bad infrastructure. That's one of the things that we got to work on. That's not, like I said, it's not the only thing, just our internet systems. I don't know if you guys, I don't know where I live though. I can't send an email half the time. I mean, maybe it's not the government's job to make sure those lines are in there, but they do have a lot to do with these companies by making sure you got something. I can't send an email, so if you guys may send me a text, a lot of times I won't get the emails and things. That's another side of things that we need to look at. And that just, in law enforcement is also part of your infrastructure. People don't think about all these things. Your correctional center, it's all involved in this. And another thing that I've always felt strong about, I've felt strong for a very long time, is our tax base. What we're doing now is looking at all you people that work out here, and there's a lot of folks I know that does in Livingston County, because I know a lot of people in Livingston County. There's a lot of hard workers out here. Right now you've got an income tax that comes out of your paycheck. Every time you get a paycheck, you get that taken out. Why not let us give that back to you every time? Why not the state let you keep that? You spend it however. Let's put that sales tax on. That consumer-based tax, to me, is more fair than any other tax that you can have. Because if you're doing that, the people that buy are the ones that are paying. The people that don't buy as much, they don't pay as much. And when you're doing it that way, like I said, it's fair. More fair to everyone in every way you can give. But there's many other issues. If some of you guys, and I don't want to take a long time up here, because I know there's a whole bunch of other people wanting to speak. But if you got any questions, anything, I'm always going to be available. I want to go to Frankfurt to make a change, make a difference. let people see that we're working for the people back here. I want everyone here to see that I work for you guys. I'm involved with a lot of things now. Now, like I said, I don't have a job. I got to get out here and get to work on something, I guess. But I enjoy working for the people. Hey, my name is Fred Stubblefield. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. I will listen to you. Above all things, I will listen. Appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Now let's welcome Representative Lynn Bechler.
Thank you, Casey. Thanks, David, for putting it. Most of all, thank you all for being here. Without you guys, there'd be no need for us to be here. As David said, I am your current state representative. It's been my privilege to be your representative for the past 6 years in Frankfort, and I'm running for re-election in the Republican ballot, and I ask for your support and vote if you're Republican in May. And should I be fortunate enough to win that election, then I ask for your vote and support in November. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Frankfort, what I see as the issues. Before I get there, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I've been married to my wife for, well, it'll be 50 years come the November election. I have 4 children and 12 grandchildren, and I'm very concerned about the future. I believe I'm the only candidate here who's been endorsed by both the NRA and Kentucky Right to Life, and I'm very proud of that. These are issues that run near and dear to my heart, and I believe run near and dear to the heart of you all and the other folks in the 4th District. A couple of things that we've done in the past session. We've heard a lot about education, but education isn't the only thing that we have to look at in Kentucky. We have a number of things. I know that in the budget that was just passed, if you take a look at what the governor originally proposed, there were a number of things cut out. Well, through my efforts in the background and with the efforts of a number of other people, we were able to get a lot more funding back in the budget. Libraries have been cut out. The area development districts have been cut out. And we were able to get all those back in. And I was pleased to be able to work on those, work with the Budget Committee Chair, our leaders in both the House and Senate to make sure that those things got back. We got libraries have been, I mentioned libraries, sorry about that. One of the bills that I'm most proud of is an organ donation bill that I filed. I've been working on that for 3 years, and it's a bill that now means that when you put something on your driver's license indicating that you want to be an organ donor, the coroners and the medical examiners will in fact have to honor that. Up until the law was passed this year, that was not the case. As a matter of fact, that was the second or third bill that the governor signed this year. I'm very proud of that. Also filed a bill, had it signed into law to make it easier for people who move into our great state from out of state to be able to take the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning journeyman and master mechanics test. It has been a real struggle for people moving in before to be able to do that. Through working in the budget, I was able to make sure that we had funding to replace the Lucy Jefferson Bridge and funding in the out years to replace to finish the bridge over the Tennessee River. In terms of infrastructure, in addition to being concerned about roads and getting money in there for there, we also were able to put in the budget money for general aviation, money for river port authorities, and take a look at just all the areas of infrastructure. I've been working with Laura in the past on the Excellence in Grain facility in Princeton that's been approved during the time that I was in the legislature and worked hard as part of the agriculture department on. One of the other things that's coming up, I am the House Chairman of the Program Review and Investigations Committee. And we've heard a little bit about internet. Several years ago in the Beshear administration, a contract was signed for Kentucky Wired, which was supposed to bring internet to everybody in the state. There have been a lot of questions about that. There's been a tremendous cost overrun. It's costing us millions of dollars. And as part of the Program Review and Investigations Committee, the House has passed a resolution asking us to take a look at that. So there's a possibility that fraud has been involved, and we will take a look at that and try and make sure that we protect our money, your money, my money, all the state's money, just like we would if it were a private company. We haven't done a good job in the past of doing that. We need to protect our citizens' money. I am for less government intrusion. I have consistently worked since I've been elected to represent all the people in the 4th District, not just one group or another group, but all groups in the 4th District, all individuals. So with that, I will close up. I think the last time I was here, they pulled the plug and they said I talked too long. So I'll make sure I don't do that this time. But once again, I am your state representative. It's been a privilege to serve you for the past 6 years. I asked all Republicans to vote for me in the May 22nd primary, and should I be fortunate enough to get by the primary, I ask for everyone's vote in the November election. Thank you all for being here, for listening to me, and God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.